Yes. Welcome back, people. Welcome back to BBK Sports and another live stream. Please forgive me for my lateness. Trying to pride myself for being on time, But apparently, there was some StreamYard updates overnight, and it completely threw off my setup. Stuff is laid out differently. The layout is completely different. Not an excuse; it's a reason, right? Because we hate excuses around here. The way we lambast the club, the amount of excuses they give us. So yeah, apologize for my lateness. I'm about 4 or 5 minutes behind. I am sorry. I am terribly sorry. To the Latvian Gooner, I am sorry, sir. Looking forward to streaming on your platform very, very soon. Big up to Alvin in the building. Big up to men like Godfrey, legend in these spaces, telling the people to like and subscribe on your way in. Absolutely. Absolute buzzing. Now, also, big up to the Waffle Don. I see you, my guy. I see you. Hope all is well in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Been educated on that. How it's completely pronounced and all that. But people, it has been a hell of a weekend. It's been a hell of a weekend in the Arsenal camp because the fan base went from almost, not the fan base, I'll say myself and a few others. We're getting very impatient with the snail mail. Like we were moving slow in the transfer window, like slow. Slow like old people fuck. Slow, really slow, dragging our feet like molasses. While we see the teams that we're meant to be competing with do business, we see teams that are participating in the Club World Cup do bits, and we were sitting around haggling over this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy. We were playing roulette with Sesko Gyokeres. And it seems as though the Gyokeres thing is likely to happen. And I told big up to my bro Ruffle Down. I told him in his comment section last night when he was streaming, or this morning when he was streaming UK time, like a little bit of PTSD here. And when I see him holding up the shirt, I will be okay. It's calm. But as you can see in the thumbnail, even with Gyokeres likely, even with Zubi announced, that's not it. We have far more work to do. We have so much more work to do. So much more work to do in the transfer window to even compete at the level that we need to with the big boys. The big boys, when I say the big boys, I'm talking about City Pool. They have made it clear what their intentions are going into the transfer window. Now it's our time as Arsenal Football Club to send our message of intent that we have something to say about this title race. And when I say have something to say about the title race, I'm not talking about having to say take points from this one so that one can win it. Take points off this one so that one can win it. No. I'm talking about beating both of them to the title. Hold my beer. You remember last year when it was supposed to be Arsenal and City again because Klopp retired. It was supposed to be just Arsenal, Man City again. And Liverpool said, no. We have something to say about that. Hold my beer. And they did have something to say about it. And they spoke loudly. They shouted. Now, there were a lot of questions this weekend over why the sudden pivot from Sesko to Gyokeres. Because it was clear by all reports, by all accounts, that it was clear that Sesko was the priority. Sesko was Arteta's guy. So what changed? What changed, people? Why the sudden change? What's the why? What's the why is always important, When something happens, if you find out the why, you peel back the onion and you find out why this happened, there's a lot of truth there that can influence how you think about the club. Because now what's being out there while we switch for all of a sudden from Sesko to Gyokeres is the price and the age, right? It was what? £86 million for a 22-year-old unproven guy in the Premier League. Young prodigy, future signing, all that. But what annoys me about this entire Sesko / Gyokeres situation, right, is our own fan base. And when it was Sesko and it was clear that it was Sesko that Arteta wanted, the top gooners would make compilations of how good Sesko was and how he is better for us than Gyokeres. And over the weekend, them same fuckers did a complete pivot. They were listed all his metrics. He's 6'5". He does this. He does that. When you're starting to list man's height, it's getting into semantics, because height's not a problem in our front line. Kai Havertz is 6'4", right? So what's the real reason why they switched from Sesko to Gyokeres? Because those same people who were saying Sesko is the best fit for the club, we're talking about Gyokeres' age as if he's an old man, as if man's about to start collecting retirement checks out here. Victor Gyokeres is 27 years old. He's not 37. I've never heard anyone say Ben White is an old man. He's the same age as Benjamin White. Benjamin White is 27 years old. But they were saying Gyokeres is too old. We don't want him. He's too old. But now that the pivot and the shift has happened, whether it may be because of his price, whether it be because the club is playing hardball, whether it be that Andrea Bertha has flexed his muscle, whichever one it is, I am happy with. Because at this point, we have to be very, very careful spending a boatload of money on another dud. My entire premise with the whole Sesko and Gyokeres thing was we have to minimize the risk here, because we have too many bad contracts and bad signings, especially in our forward line from Arteta. Kai Havertz was a complete miss. A complete miss. Jesus was a complete miss. And that's not debatable anymore. The fact that we're still in the window, the fact that we're still in the window for a striker after both of them, when both of them are still on our books and still our two highest paid players, is alarming. So we had to get this right. And if you want to get it right, you do your due diligence and you try to minimize your risk. You have to. Let me just get back into these comments real quick before I ramble on more about Sesko. Big up to men like Scance, Liverpool fan, champion of England. Big up to you, Scance TV. Tell us that you are good, bro. Big up to the Latvian goon and say, yeah, Sesko, welcome to the Arsenal comps. They were everywhere. And big up to Shane Gooner. I see Shane Gooner here saying smash the like. Yeah, big up to Shane Gooner. Yeah, Shane Gooner would keep all the receipts in his weekend roast where he called all these men out and show what they were saying about Sesko when he was the front runner. And how he does this and how he does that. And just a week later, they're over here glazing Gyokeres the same way. Make it make sense. Steam Bertha got his way, says Cans. We need a win now player. No time for projects. Absolutely. Absolute madness. We cannot afford to play around when we're supposed to be in win now mode. A big up to Shane Guna every time out here doing the Lord's work. Big up to AJ, Patrick Vieira of all the mods. Please like the stream if you haven't already. It really helps me out. As the boss. Appreciate you. AJ, please tell us that you are good. Please tell us that you're good. But yes, people, what's the why? If the why is like Scan say, Bertha got his way, I am calm. Because we finally seem to have someone at the club that can hold Mikel Arteta accountable. Okay, you want this? Okay, let's see what else is out there, because your track record over time, especially with attacking players, has not been good. So we'll call you out on that. But other side of the coin, that we say Bertha got his way, we're also linked with Madueke. And this is not a Bertha signing. So behind the layers of what's the why, what we have is a situation that seems to be compromised. that a compromise has been made. Okay, you want this player, that player, and this player. No, you don't get both those players. I'll give you one of them. You want Sesko, you want Madueke. No. I'm giving you one of them. Do you want Madueke, Gyokeres? Because I want Gyokeres because I wanted him at Atletico Madrid. But Atletico signed Julian Alvarez. I wanted Gyokeres. So that's my guy. You get Madueke. It seems as though a compromise has been made. Now, I read a report this morning that the actual asking price that Chelsea want for Nani Madueke. Can I share my screen? Can I share my screen? Where is it? Is it this one? I don't know if this is too small for you to see, people, but the article reads Chelsea face needing to raise £60 million through player sales in response to UEFA's recent fines as revealed. A hefty fine landing Chelsea up to €80 million on overspending breaches for excessive squad costs. Also facing restrictions and squad registrations for the Champions League. Basically, that translation, Chelsea is in trouble and they need money, and it seems like Arsenal is just ready to help them out again with a hefty fee. And because they're in trouble and faced a fine from UEFA, they are asking for £50 million. 50 million of the King's finest pounds for Nani Madueke. Maybe in some world that may be a good deal, but I don't think it is. I think that actually is a set us backward signing. I think that signing set us back. And here's why. If he's coming to play on the right-hand side and be a backup for Saka, we already have that in the squad. He's coming to be on the left-hand side. No one in the Arsenal football camp said Martinelli had a great season last year. He actually had a pretty poor season. Martinelli scored 8 goals, 8 Premier League goals, struggled to find form, struggled to find rhythm, missed a whole lot of chances, key chances. He missed quite a few. 8 goals, though. Meanwhile, Nani Madueke, who spent most of the year playing consistent football for Chelsea, could only muster up 7 Premier League goals. So he had a worse season than Martinelli. So there's not an upgrade here when you look at the output that we're expecting for Nani Madueke. None. None. And the work rate that Martinelli gives you off the ball, you don't get that with Madueke either. So going forward or defensively, you don't get that from him. But Mikel seems to have this insatiable appetite to fix broken players from Chelsea. That's going to cripple us in the future. I don't want any parts of it. But from outside looking in, you don't have to be a fly on the wall sometimes. Sometimes you can put 2 and 2 together, right? You can aggregate some of the facts and make an informed decision on why this is happening, why we want to go shell out £50 million for Madueke. And then we'll turn around and get told we don't have any more money for either Rodrigo or Eze. Now, in a perfect world, which we're far from having, if Arsenal Football Club, you see all the players in the thumbnail, get brought in this summer, then I'm calm. Then our window will be close to a 10 out of 10. I think Liverpool is pretty much close to I think Liverpool is about an 8 out of 10 right now. And if they were to sign a striker amid the tragedy, I don't know why I keep having even if Liverpool were to replace Darwin Núñez with a big name striker a la Isak, I think their transfer window will be a 10. So Madueke, Eze, Rodrigo, Gyokeres, Zubi, Norgard, all these other men. What are we talking about? Now, what absolutely cannot happen, it can't be Kepa, Norgard, Zubi, and Madueke. That cannot be our window. That cannot be our window, because if that's our window, we have a weaker squad than last year, and we just helped Chelsea strengthen, because we just helped them with their FFP, and we just took someone who they don't want off their books, just like we did last year with Sterling. And we run the risk of Chelsea leapfrogging us last season if the window ends there. That's why I titled the video, Gyokeres likely. That is cool. That is calm. But we have a lot more work to do. The gap was here when the season ended between us and Liverpool. Liverpool and City did this. They moved away from us. What we did with Zubi and Gyokeres, if we get Gyokeres over the line, was essentially do this. We need to do this. We need to close the gap from a personnel standpoint. If we turn up at Anfield away or at the Emirates on match week 3 or 4, whenever we play Man City, our front line is it's Rodrigo, it's Gyokeres, it's Saka. That gives us something going forward. But it can't be just run it back, because that midfield that Man City going to put out with Reinders, Rodri, and Bernardo, or whoever's in there, them men that had a proper preseason at a competitive level they have had. So we'll see how it goes, isn't it? Big up to man like Why Not in the building. I would take Kluivert over Madueke. Stinker. Kluivert's baller, you know. And for people who are of my age, who watched his dad play, if he is 60% of anything like his dad used to be, last. Big up to man like Static. That you are well, my G. Hope everything is good with you. Big up to Why Not. I see Boy 10. Big up to everyone in the building. Big up to you. BBK, I'm happy. It's official. Like, until I see man holding up the shirt, the PTSD gonna slap me in the face, isn't it? Because Zubi was what? Official in January, and man just held up the shirt yesterday. Did he not? Did he not hold up the shirt yesterday, man? Like, Arteta's fan is on the panel with me, ladies and gentlemen. Like Todd Marley, long awaited. Big up. Love and respect. Yeah, I thought you were ahead. Big round of applause for man like Marley Tarm in the building, people. What we saying, bro?
Saying I'm happy Zubi is finally official. So yeah, right now I'm just trying to get Madueke on board and celebrate the greatest player ever. You know what I mean? All right, that's it. I'm done trolling. That's the one thing. No, just messing around.
I couldn't find the slap button. That's what took me so long, because I couldn't find the slap button.
Oh man.
No, but seriously though, tell me, who wanted this? Who wants this? Who in the Gooniverse has been calling for Madueke?
As you mentioned in our private chat, it must be Arteta. This could only have come up from Arteta, right? Based on just historical events, right? Yeah. All of these Chelsea players, most of them we've signed since Arteta has been on board, no? Willian, Jorginho, Havertz, Sterling. Almost forget Sterling.
Yeah, don't forget Sterling,
because he didn't exist basically.
Don't forget Sterling.
But nobody wants this signing. I don't remember which one of the popular streamers they did the poll or whatever. So who's on board with Madueke? And it's like 83% was like said no. And my question, who the 17%? Who the fuck are these people?
All right, Teta's camp. That's his camp, bro. That matter of fact, that's either Arteta's camp or Chelsea fans. They can't believe their luck.
Yeah, it must be Chelsea. It must be Chelsea.
The same way they couldn't believe their luck when we offered up all that money for Kai. They were like, "No, what, bro? Just they had the contract pre-typed up. Just sign here. You don't even sign here. No attorneys present. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Why Not? Wow, Mijana BBK. How's the leg? Hey, it's good, man. I have my physical therapy appointment later. That's why I'm streaming a little bit early today. But yeah, big up to you, man. But bro, Glock 9 is pretty much official. Like my man Static in the chat said, you're good with this good because you were okay with Sesko as well.
Yeah, I was okay with Sesko. I mean, either one really. We just need a forward, Bridget. We just need a striker with serious. And the only issue I had with Sesko, granted the stats weren't great or whatever, right? Is the mindset, right? If this guy was cowering last season, he was worried about Havertz. Yeah. What kind of baller, yo? You should be like, yo, man, take the money, make the money food easy. You know, as a confident person, like, and he's like, nah, Havertz, come on, man. And like how this guy's moving, Gyokeres, he's like, yo, I'll take a pay cut, yo, just get me in this damn place. You know what I mean? Like it's a total different mindset. You can tell one's a killer, and one's he's not ready yet. Yeah.
And big up to Godfrey because I was hitting earlier, like, bro, if we turn up at the Bernabeu next year, right, with Rodrigo, Gyokeres, and Saka, I'm calm, bro. You know, I'm calm. That front line actually, people lose sleep over that. Like right now, no one is losing sleep over Havertz and Martinelli. Like, the Arsenal turn up, it's like, okay, let's double up on Saka and just mark Odegaard out the game, and then we'll turn these men into sideway FC.
Yeah,
you can't do that with Rodrigo. And you can, because now we have a diagonal switch and you got him one-on-one if you're doubled up on the other side. And I like that. I want to see my team be able to exploit weaknesses. And right now, you look at Man City, their midfield is strong, their forward line is crazy, but their defense can be got at. You know what I mean? And that's what we need to do. But the Gyokeres thing, like, I don't know what the holdup was, bro. And what I hate about what our fan base was doing was trying to portray Gyokeres, that 27, that he's this old ancient grandpa. Bro, he's the same age as Benjamin White. You know what I'm saying? The same way. And I've never heard any one of these men say Benjamin is an old guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but bro, they're gonna sell so many damn shirts off this. Because this is who the fan base wanted, bro. And I don't think they're listening to the fan base. I think Scans in the chat earlier just said, I think this is a Bertha signing. Bertha is flexing his muscle on Arteta. I said, nah, bro. I'm not letting you waste, because we have to get this right, bro. This can't be another missed opportunity.
Yeah. And we need to win now.
Yeah,
we need to win right now. Arteta don't realize like his job is on the line.
Win what?
This man feels like he's safe.
The league.
Once the fan turns on him, you are walking dead. I don't care what. I don't care what he said. Once the fan turn on you, you are walking dead. And
fans ain't turning on him though.
Yeah, I mean, most like you have a camp that's already like, your camp Arteta out.
Yeah,
I'm a camp. Give him this year, and then I think like the rest of the fan base is with me. Like this is the last straw. You know what I mean? So
you know why I don't think the fan base will turn on him?
What?
I don't.
Why? You surprised me. No. What?
Because they love him, bro. Like I'm gonna send you a screenshot of something that someone had put in my chat the other day, but like with the Arteta lovers and this one yeary thing. These fans, bro, they will turn on Wanyeri before they turn on Arteta. Just watch the narrative if he doesn't sign. Just watch the narrative. It's going to be, who the hell is he, 18 years old, trying to demand more playing time?
Well, I mean, as I was telling you off camera, it really depends on and it depends on what the messaging coming out of the camps do, because like they can kind of manipulate the situation in which it make it seem like one's worse than it actually, like, Arsenal could probably spin it like, oh yeah, he wanted a shit ton of minutes and blah 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 blah. But he can also spin it and be like, yo, they didn't want to give me some basic. So they gotta play this thing smart.
So if you are Wanyeri, right, and you played 889 minutes, you barely played, and you scored more than Odegaard, who played the entire season except for those 2 months that he was out. How dare you demand more playing time? The boy is well within his right to demand more playing time because he know that he's better than him. Like
Yeah,
you kicked ball, bro. You stepped on pitch with man. You know you're better than, and you're like, bro, what?
yeah.
So the narrative that they will run is that he's asking to start every game, which I know that he's not doing. He's not doing
Okay.
anything. He's just saying, play me more than you played me last year.
And that is fair, and I'm totally on board. Like he's earned it. He has literally earned it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's right. Big up to that video.
I said that. Did I say that? Did I say that as Jordan 2.0, yeah?
Yeah, because the thing is, I don't even go back that far. I have recent example. I think Madueke is just a different version of Alan St. Maximin, Jeremy Doku. Yeah, like looks good on the ball, flary, will get by his man, but kick the ball out the stadium.
So in young, so maybe he will come good. Again, I'm just trying to play devil's
older than
advocate.
Saka.
Huh?
Older than Saka.
He's older than Saka?
He's 23. He's not young. We don't talk about Saka's age.
What if like Saka was like 24 right now?
No. We're good. That's just how good he is, and that's how much he's been carrying the club. We'll talk about the young players in the world. You don't even talk about their age. No one talks about Lamal's age. We'll talk about Ethan's age or Skelly, because them men are good.
Yeah.
Madueke is not a young player. He's 23 years old. Because we did the same thing. When I say we, the Arsenal fan base was saying the same thing about Eddie. Bro, Eddie was 25 when people were talking about he's going to develop. Nah, he's 25. He's 25. That's his level.
Because we've had him so long. Like, we just...
Yeah.
I got you.
So Madueke is not a young player.
Back to the N1 thing, though. Like, we need to keep that guy. I don't care what they need to do. I mean, obviously, if he's asking for some crazy money, you got to be like, yo, calm down. And that will be on his camp side to be like, yo, let's temper expectations. Like, you still a develop. So my thing is like, let common sense prevail, get the man on board. I don't make this list anymore. I just say Gallas number.
Yeah. VX got
I never want to hear the name Gallas.
Yeah.
Ever.
So the thing with the Wanyeri thing for me, right? If he is allowed to do this, if Arteta is allowed to sell Wanyeri and sign Madueke, then we will have to admit that he has more power at the club than we realize. If he is allowed to mortgage our future on another Chelsea flop, then we are in deep shit. If that's allowed to happen. Allowed, and I say allowed. I mean, if the fans don't riot, like I think it was VX Gunner, the same one yesterday, say if this happens, he better go into witness protection program because he can't walk around London, bro. Man's gonna put paws on him. People gonna put hands on him in the shops if he allows that to happen, bro. We cannot. And what annoys me last year, I was saying to you in the group chat that last year there were many opportunities to give Ethan more minutes. Many opportunities in the PSV home game after we had pretty much ended that tie. We went 5-1 up at the Bernabeu. Man could have touched pitch there. Man could have said, I'm 17 years old and I'm touching pitch at the Bernabeu. Bro, Fabregas didn't even do that. You know what I'm saying? So, those are the opportunities that you get to make an impression on young people. And then if you're Arteta and you do that for 1 year, bro, he will run through a brick wall for you.
Yeah.
Now he's looking at you sideways like, I don't even trust this dude with my future. So I'm not re-signing. I'm keeping my powder dry. Maybe if the season starts slow and Arteta gets sacked, a new manager comes in and take the shackles off of him. Because are you worried about the first 5 games, the fixture list?
Depends on what we do. Depends on what we've done in the transfer window. If
the window ended today.
If the window ended today with yo, me not watch no game. We now have no game, and I'm like, Arteta got to go. He got to go. If they got to go. This is the bullshit with the goosebumps.
Yeah. Big up to man like Kishon Legister. Big up to you, bro. Everything is good, Man United fan. I streamed with him yesterday. Latvian Guna said, no one wants him. All of a sudden, we have Arteta follows. If this manager wants him, I want him. And that happens. That happens quite too often, bro. And that's what they were doing with Sesko. Man was making compilations out here saying Sesko this, Sesko that. I'm like, bro, when you are a striker, the menu is very short. Do you score goals? Do you know where the net is? Can you play the others in? And you only did that 13 times in that Bundesliga. And I'm gonna use our very own Kai Havertz as an example. I'm going to use Nkunku as an example, Timo Werner, an example, who players who banged in that German league and come in this damn Premier League and turn
Timo
shit.
is horrible. Timo is so bad.
But they were cooking in Bundesliga, bro. They were cooking. So when people tell me that there is Portuguese La Liga tax, I hear it. I fully admit it. But I'm going to hold you accountable and make you admit that there's Bundesliga tax as well. Because do you think Kai Havertz scores 39 goals in the Portuguese La Liga?
Mike, stop asking me full question here, Mike.
Exactly. Gyokeres banged 39 goals in that league. So what are we even? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm like, bro? Listen. I gotta ask you now, though. I gotta ask you.
Wait, Chambers.
Yeah.
The Gyokeres, he knows where the goal is. Have you seen this guy highlights?
Yeah, bro. I saw him play against us. I saw him play against us. Now, we bossed them 5-1, but bro, I watched him play against us and how he attacked two of the best center backs in the world.
He has an aura, man. He has the aura. He has the aura, and this man knows where the goal is. That's all we need, right? Havertz, whatever, man.
Yeah. What do you think was coming from Godfrey right here?
Take the 9 off. 14's available. So I mean,
nah.
Right. So here. Personally, I'm not a fan. Yeah. I love it. Personally, I would want him to have the 9, but it in all fairness, and you can't really do that. So I'm okay with it.
Nah, yeah. I'm with it, Godfrey. Take it off of him. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it, bro. I'm with it. And then you make it clear that you're on your way out, because I think we should move on from Jesus, to be fair. Like the Havertz being the preferred 9 for the past 2 years, even when Jesus was fit, tells me that. And I like Jesus as a footballer, but as a striker, he's not it. Maybe you could even play him as a 10 or out wide, but he can't lead the line for a Premier League team. Pep showed us that, and we didn't listen. He literally did. He didn't tell us. He showed us by his actions, and we didn't listen to him. I've seen Kevin De Bruyne and Foden and everyone in there play false 9 when Aguero was hurt.
No, Jesus.
So, yeah, I'm with it, man. I mean, I know it sounds harsh because Jesus, he comes off as a nice guy. When we're at the Emirates and the team is about to kick off North London forever, he's singing it and he's doing all this. But bro, there's no time for sentiment now, man. We need to win. Now, when you say win,
the guy's a good player. I don't want to discard him because he's a really good player, right? So I know, like, we have a shiny new object thing, but
what?
Oh, the rivals are the 70%. Oh yeah, back to the
Yeah. I'm a little behind on the comments, man. Go on.
I got you. Yeah. Well, yeah. What were we talking about? Jesus and the shirts. New ballers want that king treatment, special. Oh, Sesko.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I'm with it, man. I think we can take the 9 off him and just do a Sterling. Let him go find another club. And that's what Maresca did. Hey, you won't play here. I'm giving the number 7 to Neto. Go find yourself a club. And I think that's essentially what Maresca has done with Madueke. Be like, bro, I'm going to take the number 11 off you. I'm going to give it to Gittins or João Pedro or whoever. And you need to go find you another club. And all of a sudden, he's been linked with Arsenal. Personal terms agreed and all that.
So to the other club, they want to fool man and people. Them can't take Madueke. Like, why it have to be we?
Yeah, because those clubs have sense, and those clubs don't pay high wages. You know what I'm saying? This would annoy me to another level, bro. And if it's compounded by Ethan going the other way, absolute meltdown. And I'm here for it. But what do you think the Gyokeres signing? Forget the 9 of Jesus and Glock 9. What do you think the Gyokeres signing means for Havertz?
Ooh.
Arteta will play him.
Actually, nothing.
What?
Nothing. Because he's still going to use him. Arteta is still going to use him. Arteta is still going to use Havertz.
All right. So you think Gyokeres is coming in on less than $280 a week?
No. Well, less than 280. Yes.
All right. So Kai Havertz will still be the highest paid player at the club.
Yeah.
So you think he's just going to sit the highest paid player at the club that he went out on a limb and signed against?
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is Havertz will still play in some capacity, right? Now remember, for Gyokeres to fit, Arteta has to change plan A, right? We work before and said plan A, and his plan B is to make plan A better, right? So Gyokeres is going to force this guy to have plan A or have a different plan A altogether, right? Right? And then, but the point is the game, the tactics has to change. We can't play the same way because Gyokeres is not the same type of player. Hold up with his back, come deep, and all that shit. No, this guy wants to run and murder. Just give me. Remember, let me go and murder these boys, right? That's Gyokeres. So in that regard, like, team up is set up a little bit different for Gyokeres. Arteta is not gonna want to give up the current mold of game of the state. So I suspect, and this is just me surmising. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
Yeah.
But I think Havertz they're still gonna keep what they've done last year because I mean it works for the most part. You know what I mean? So the Gyokeres fitting in the team and that system for him to be determined. So that's why I'm like, I don't think he's not gonna be like never play, or he's gonna play like start 5 games. I don't think that's the case. You know, I think he's still gonna be in it a lot. Maybe next season, what that 2026, 27, probably. But if Gyokeres does what we expect him to do, then Havertz gone. gone.
Yeah. No, so when you say he's going to play Havertz in some capacity,
yeah.
I hear it. My only worry is if that capacity is shoehorn him in the side at any cost, i.e., forcing him back into the midfield. Then you make our midfield weaker if you put Havertz.
No, wait. All right, so let's entertain this, right? So we have our current left 8, right? The competition is Declan Rice, Mikel Merino, and Kai Havertz, right? I wouldn't necessarily even put Havertz over Merino in that position.
I agree.
So he has to play up front. So that's why I'm like, the only option for him is up front. Like he'll never play over Declan Rice, ever.
Yeah. So the cups, using for rotation in the cups.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So
remember, Taran, when I talk, I discard the cup. Then, man, I think about Champions League and Premier League.
I'm no way. I can't do that. I can't do that. Not with him. Not with him. I get it because he's actually been closer to the Premier League than he's actually been to getting back to the FA Cup. Right? He came within 2 points of the Premier League. Right? The FA Cup, we've been getting. We ain't even touched a semi in the FA Cup. The time we touched a semi in the Carabao, we lost both games. We didn't even score a goal.
Yeah, Newcastle slapped you up. Jesus.
Yeah, so he's not even close to the. He's closer to the Prem, but after 3 times trying and 3 times failing, I'm not confident that he can do it. You know, and hence why I'm on here every day saying that he should go. He should go. I think 5 years old or that. You want to give him 6, which is whatever. But if he insists on playing Kai Havertz in some capacity, like you say, and compromise the formation of the team just to force him in there, that's gonna cost us big time.
You think so? Okay.
Big time. Big up to Why Not Against It. Ethan is making headlines for England for asking about game time. How dare you care about your career? Just be a robot. Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%.
The narrative. They're spinning that message.
Yeah, and that's what they're really good at. They'll turn it against them so quickly, and that would worry me, man. Big up to Hendos, BBK Sports, Tom, and all right.
So humor me a second. So what? And this is why where's the last question? Havertz and Gyokeres up front. What do you think of that? As in like a 4-4-2. Yeah, Mr. Yeah, same exactly. Yeah. So,
No, I don't like it.
You can't say wait.
I don't. If it was Gyokeres and Embuemo, I could hear it.
And Embuemo?
Yeah, because Embuemo is one of the few Premier League strikers that has shown that he plays with another striker
Yeah,
and eats, and the other striker eats. He scored 20 last year. Worcester scored 19. Even when Tony was there, Tony ate, he ate, and he got him a big move or a call up to Man United. Havertz as a second striker actually weakens your midfield because then you have to take out a midfield player to play him in there.
that's the midfield. Yep.
You know, so I don't think he's a good footballer, bro. I think he flourishes in a back three, kind of like what Thomas Tuchel did with him at Chelsea. When you have, you play wing backs, and then you play him and Ziyech and whoever was rotating at the time. But then you need an N'Golo Kante and a ball playing midfielder like Jorginho and Kovacic in the middle. So, and that's the thing. Thomas Tuchel is tactically astute. I don't trust Arteta to do any of that. Arteta, like you said, plan A better. Now we're asking him to change an entire formation and play a whole new system. Now, when preseason starts in 2.5 weeks, and none of these players are in yet.
Right now, it's like he's googling how to fit Gyokeres in my team. He's using Copilot right now. Just chat GPT. How do I get fit Gyokeres in my team?
Yeah, I don't trust him to make those kind of tactical adjustments. I don't. Now, I'm not saying he can't do it, but they call Missouri the show me state. You got to show me. I have to see that. I have to see that for me, man. We asked the question earlier. Havertz would be a dud in Portugal. Yeah, I don't think he hits 39 goals. I think Gyokeres is a machine, bro. But and it baffles my mind that Arteta was even such a hard decision for them when they were stuck, where it was like roulette between this one, that one, this one. It should have been an easy decision, because we have.
But they're always thinking about the money at the end of the day, because like they're like, okay, value at the end of the contract. Gyokeres is probably gonna be zero. Sesko probably get back some money. Come on, you know this, Taron. You know it's
but how much is the Premier League worth? The money is for them. How much is the Premier League worth? And that's why I said the fans are the stakeholders of the football club. Because if you let businessmen turn your football club into a business where it's only about the bottom line, you will never win. At some point, the fans have to demand that we don't mind you making money. Like I'm not upset that Arteta is the 4th highest paid manager in Europe or in football. I don't care. I love it. Make your money, bro. Make your money and enjoy. But I'm saying is, you're going to have to perform like the top managers, because the other top managers who make that kind of money actually win. You know what I'm saying? So how dare us put demands on you? Bertha seems to be moving behind the scenes. He's ruffling feathers and changing how we operate. I'm happy. It's been decades upon decades of criminal business. Big up to BX Gunner again.
I don't even know if that's. I'm not sure we don't even know that to be true. I mean, apart from the Gyokeres thing, which.
Nah, bro. There's something there. There's something there, because if it was up to Arteta, would be Gyokeres doesn't come to the club, because I honestly believe Gyokeres comes to the club and he benches Kai. If Sesko comes, he doesn't. Then Arteta has the flexibility to play with this one for this week, that one for that week, this one for profile, this, that. It's more the same. But with Gyokeres, that man is coming to be a starter, bro. The fans are begging for this. Let him start Kai Havertz.
Bro, the team is begging for this.
But let him start Kai Havertz at the Emirates, right? And Kai Havertz is having a stinker. Oof. And Gyokeres is on the bench. And see what happens. They will literally start to chant like, yo, bro, when he starts to warm up, the crowd will go crazy. They won't boo Kai Havertz as he's walking off, but the message will be sent. We're cheering for this guy coming on, and we don't want to see you next week, because we saw that last year and the year before that. But I'm not mad at it, man. I am not mad at. But if they take Gyokeres and they put him in that number 9 shirt, you know how much money they will make?
But hey, well, here why I said that, because like, if Bertha was putting his stamp on things, right? Why are we still like? Then he should cover all of the transfers, right? And in which case, then he should be able to read the room and be like, "We know how to Madueke." So it comes back. It comes back to me. Like it comes back. It's all one and the same, right? We don't want Madueke nightclub.
Yeah.
Right. We're spending a bag of money for a backup for Saka. Can we use some of that money to go get Rodrigo? Like lift up the team, bro. Like lift the. If you get Rodrigo, you are lifting the fan base energy, your talent pool in the team. I don't see what's wrong with this. I don't understand. Maybe he's like, you know what, maybe he's not sure he wants to come yet. Maybe that's the issue.
Yeah. So speaking of Rodrigo, Brazilian, you know how much World Cup being to Brazilian players, yeah? You know, like it's their thing. All right. You know who's managing Brazil right now, yeah?
Yeah, Anche.
Yeah, it's Don Carlo, who managed Rodrigo at Real Madrid and didn't really play him. That's why he was looking for more playing time, right? So if he wants to get into that Brazil squad, he has to give Carlo a selection headache. He has to.
Okay.
Right? Yes. So here's the thing: Real Madrid has played 5 games at this Club World Cup. He started one of them, and total minutes he's played about 100 and something minutes, bro. You're not gonna get into the Brazil squad playing 25% of the time, right? And this is the competition that Real Madrid are taking seriously because they haven't won any of their domestic and they didn't win the champs. So they're taking it seriously. They're trying to win it and they're not playing him. That's the only lifeline that Arsenal can use to pull him away from Real Madrid. Like, bro, you want to get into the Madrid squad, you need to go somewhere and play heavy minutes and make Carlo have to pick you. Because right now you're competing on the wings with Rafinha and Vinicius. And Vinicius is his guy. Vinicius is starting. Rafinha is in Ballon d'Or conversations. He's probably starting. So the spots are limited. So Rodrigo, you need to kick on and you need to play. Right now, it doesn't seem like Xabi Alonso is going to play you the minutes you need to hit form to play for Brazil. But big up to Mr. Batter. So Taron, you still saying 4-3-3 still? Yeah, because I've never seen him play another formation since the FA Cup. He's playing 3 midfielders, 2 wingers. I don't think he changes this formation. But yeah, so you think the Rodrigo thing is a smokescreen?
I don't know if it's a smokescreen. I mean, it has the conditions to actually. It has a feel like it might actually happen because as you mentioned, like he's been benched. The rumors and little situation is just kind of like it's opportunistic for Arsenal to like hop on and take advantage of it if they want to do it. So I don't know. It's hard to know what. And his salary is high. I mean, he's on 200K at Madrid. So
he's a top player. He's a top player. He's gonna be on top money. Rodrigo is a baller, bro. But people forget.
He's a baller.
I've seen this young man get man of the match performances with Modric on the pitch, with Valverde on the pitch, and Mbappe, Vinicius. Bro, the boy can play.
Boy can play, yeah, man. Without a doubt. So, but again, our Arsenal Football Club, them watch them pocket boss, man. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, BX Gunner don't think.
And the thing is, all right. So if you can't get Rodrigo, bring in Eze, please, no man, please.
So I wish the energy around Madueke was the energy where it was around Eze.
Yes,
if that was the energy. I would be like, okay, all right, we got Zubi Mendy, gonna get Gyokeres, and we get because the number 10 shirt is vacant. You talking about number 10? You talking about 14? Well, the 10 is vacant too, bro.
Yeah.
Eze wears 10. You put him in that 10. The number 10 shirt at Arsenal used to mean something. You put him in that shirt and you let him cook. I seen that boy cook in the Palace team when he's the only creative outlet. He lost his wingman to Bayern Munich, and still he got a little help from Sarr and that right back. What's his name? Was it
Mitchell?
No, Mitchell.
Oh no, the right back. Left back.
Hispanic guy.
Yeah, man, him good. That one, the guy right, him good.
Yeah, but that's Eze's team, bro, and he had big shoes to fill when Zaha left, and he stepped up and he dragged that team to an FA Cup. So yeah, you bring him to the carpet and you let him cook because I think he improves Odegaard. I think he will either put Odegaard out of the team or force him.
He's raising the entire team, man. The man just glide. The guy just glides.
Yeah. So
we need a man who just glide through the team and just Gyokeres, here you go, and the man say you're dead, boy. That's all we need.
Oh man, we need another damn.
Maybach music. Every day I'm hustling. Who you suckers think you're tripping with? Yes, I'm the boss. Maybach music.
Big up to E Ross in the building, people. You know what happens when E Ross enters the chat. E Ross, the boss. Big up to E Ross. Tell us that you are good, my bro. But Eze, bro. So right now, you see the thumbnail. Zubi, check. Gyokeres, likely. Madueke. Madueke is coming, bro. It's happening. Unfortunately, I believe it's happening. Yeah, I believe this shit is gonna happen. I will only have a meltdown if it ends there. You know, this Madueke thing to me, right? Even if we get Eze and we get Rodrigo, the Madueke signing will put a stinker on it at the end of it for me. It's like when someone does you wrong and then they apologize, but then they ruin the apology with an excuse at the end of it. You know, bro, just apologize and just that was it. But nah, give you an excuse at the end. Then motherfucker, you weren't really sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like let's just say you like Chelsea and you want to help Chelsea out. Because for a team that's meant to be our rivals, we sure collect a lot of their shit.
We sure give them a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
We help them out. We help them out a lot. Well, not with Sterling. They pretty much. Yeah, we paid some of Sterling money, right? So I mean, we reduced his salary a little bit. So
yeah. I didn't even think of this right here because they had the Jamal injury now, Musiala injury. So Bayern Munich are in for Diaz or Rodrigo. I mean, I heard they were linked with Martinelli. You want to sell Martinelli? Would you sell Martinelli?
If the catch is we get Rodrigo, yes.
What?
If we get Rodrigo, I'm okay with letting Martinelli go.
Bro, if they're offering the money that they're offering, and that's pure profit, I think we play like 6 to 8 million for Martinelli. You get any money for Martinelli, you take it a run.
Yeah, but I saw it 72 million.
Bro, I can't believe they're offering that.
I mean, his output. I think Martinelli. I think he's a switch away from becoming like world class. Like he just need like I don't know if he's ever gonna find it, but he's just like just needs that thing.
He'll never be world class. Never, ever, ever. Not in this life.
I saw him still all the time.
Exactly. You can't see the pitch if you run with your head down. You can't see the runs, your defenders, your teammates. You can't see. He doesn't trust himself to feel where the ball is at his foot. That's why he looks down. Like coaches used to make you do laps for that in academy when you look down. Stop looking down. You feel the ball at your foot. You say as a glides, he's able to glide because he knows where the spaces are. Because he doesn't have to look down.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the best dribblers. They're able to slow the game down because they're looking at the pitch. They have a picture of before the ball even gets to him. Martinelli, bro, the man dribbled the ball off his knee out of bounds, just trying to kick and run. Nah, bro, he's not it. You know, the 2022 season where we got 16 goals out of him, that's his level. He'll never go above that. Yeah,
I think he just hasn't developed.
Yeah, he hasn't taken that next step. Big up to E Ross in the building. Saying 20 likes.
So maybe he needs to move to get that click, man. So, but yeah. I personally like him as a player. I like him, but 72 million and can bring in Rodrigo.
Yeah, take that, bro. You take that. But yeah,
no.
So say we get.
Sorry. I just want to say Arteta with Steph. Is it Arteta with Steph? I want to talk about this comment. I don't think that's true because I think Eze has personality. Right, and this is why I think Eze might be a problem for Arteta because of my personality.
I think that's what he's saying. I think you're actually agreeing with Darren.
No, I mean like your personality, like, so it's two things, right? The signing portion of it, like Arteta might be like, I don't want no big personality in my dressing room, whatever. But if Berto was like, yo, you need that man to come in, we're not to Arteta, we're bringing this man. And Arteta was like, yo, all right, we need you to hold on to the ball and pass it backwards. Pass it backwards when they get it in this position, you pass it backwards. And they're going to be like, none of that shit. They'll glide. You see me? So.
Yeah,
So
He'll
he's
turn him
not
into
gonna
Jack
bench him.
Grealish.
We'll just bench him.
He'll turn him into Jack Grealish. I think that's what Mark Darren is getting at. Because
Oh,
at
man.
Villa, they had essentially because at Villa he had flair that played through him. Right? Palace played through Eze. They played directly through him. They get the ball to him, he holds it up and play Mateta through. They play through him. So he comes to Arsenal with the other players who are good on the ball, who need the ball. Maybe there's a little bit of adjustment there. So, but I hear it. But I don't think you would see the same Eze you see at Palace on the Arteta to some extent. Because Arteta control the game in the name of death by 1,000 short passes and back passes. So I hear it. I absolutely hear it. Big up to Hendo again. Says Martinelli will shine at another club under a coach for
I think so too.
a better manager. I mean, is Company that guy?
I don't know. I would say Carlo Ancelotti is actually that guy.
Well, we'll see at the World Cup if he gets selected. Because he has picked him. He has picked him in the squad for the World Cup qualifiers, and Rodrigo wasn't in the squad. But part of that, people say, well, it's because he's playing for Madrid in the Club World Cup. But then in the Club World Cup, he's still not getting minutes. So what are we doing? Big up to Eros again. Said big up every time. Watch the replay review stream yesterday where you were absolutely fantastic, bro. Keep it up. Yeah, big up, man. Big up to Eros every single time. Tops rate. Big up to man like Tops people. Make sure you go subscribe to T Chancho Sports. Tops be working hard, man. I went to sleep. Tops was streaming. I wake up. Tops is streaming. I need Tops' work rate. Tops got that Martinelli work rate. Tops rate. Big up to Dr. Seymour Butts.
Why?
You don't want to see more butts. Ain't nothing wrong with seeing a few more butts, man. Big up to Mr. Bad. His name is Marley. Tom Marley, Mr. Battered. You have 150 million pounds before sales. What do you do? Voice of a bad guy and Keanu Reeves. I get Eze and Rodrigo with that 150. I don't know. I don't care how I have to stagger the payments, but I get them. Who you picking up with that 150?
The exact same. Consider like if Gyokeres is already taken care of, definitely the same. But if like we don't have as things are right now with no Gyokeres or nobody else and just 150, Gyokeres and Eze.
Yeah, I mean we're supposed to have a war chest, right? Supposed to have a war chest this summer, so let the war chest. Because essentially, even the late days of Wenger, every time we were told we had a war chest, we never had a war chest.
It's a little purse.
What I'm saying, that then in 2 months gets benched. Yeah, in 2 months when Eze is doing doing too much flary things, I have to be like, no, we don't do flair here. We do control. And the Arteta, you can only get away with that if you win, bro. You only if you win. Because we remember Wenger was able to get away with not winning anything for 9 years because the football was beautiful. It was beautiful to watch. You remember that 2014 goal against Norwich? Beautiful. The Ozil goals against Gyokeres. Bro, they make animations of this shit. Animations of it. It was beautiful. But now we're not winning anything and the football is terrible to watch. So Arteta, you have to answer for that. Eze will bring some of that, man. I want to see a game when the game is completely, we're in control, and you have Eze and you have one Yeri on the pitch with one DM, and you just cook everybody, bro. We need one of them games where we just, like last year when we cooked Man City on accident. I don't think he planned to dominate and murder Man City 5-1. But I want a couple of teams to get cooked this year, bro. And I would love to go to Old Trafford on August 17th and cook the shit out of Man United. Gyokeres scoring against his old manager and doing the entire away end.
Oof.
You know what I mean? Make a spectacle, out of it. Just do some damage this season, Arsenal. Do some damage.
Lay the marker down. Like this is what we deal with.
You have to be as good. I'm full of ox mode from belly. Can I watch Arteta ball? It's Arteta ball as the first year or the first title charge was good. Last year it just went, my God, what are we watching? The paint was watching us dry.
Yeah, the season. Which one was it? The season, not season.
Yeah, the first title charge. Yeah.
We'll come second 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
So the second time we came second, that season, we were slapping. There was a run where we were slapping 5 past. Yeah, that run
Right.
that was like that was the first actually I was like, yes, we're gonna win the league. This is it.
That's when we came back from Dubai. That's after the Dubai trip, right? That's what they spun it as. But the only reason we were in Dubai because we had got knocked out of the FA Cup. We never went to Dubai for
the
warm
Bible
weather.
shit. But we were like slapping teams left and center. I was like, yo, all right,
we slapped West Ham for 6. We slapped Palace for 5. Yeah, even Newcastle had 4. We were slapping everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let's get back to those days. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think when he did all that and still didn't win the league, then he started to stockpile more defenders in to try something else. You know, and I don't know if you watch it much La Liga, but I don't know if you know anything about this Mascara guy. But I mean, I think they made that decision knowing that Tomiyasu was going to get released.
Yeah.
And you know, they needed a backup for Saliba. I'm cool with that. It's just we know that we need some attacking reinforcement. Gyokeres, cool. Eze or Rodrigo. Most of the fan base think we need both to properly challenge with City Pool. But I don't think we get both. I think I actually agree with Box BX Gunner that we get one or the other. So it's going to be it's probably going to be Eze. So our transfer window is probably going to look like Kepa, Mosquera, Norgard, Zubimendi, Gyokeres, Eze, Madueke.
So I have a bad feeling it's either going to be Madueke or Eze.
No, that can't happen. That cannot happen. No.
Yo, you know, I mean, I want that. As I said, if you bring in Madueke and don't get Eze, you lost me, bro.
Oh man,
Journeyman Proctor.
Should have started him first, but if we're getting him now, that's all that matters. Hope you are good. We had a 4th. Yeah, we cannot. Madueke, man. I'm telling you, bro. I get all the. It's just another Jeremy Doku and St. Maximin, bro. He'll chop the ball. And here's the thing about this is the last thing I'll probably say about Madueke, right? In that Chelsea team, with all that creativity around him, with Cole Palmer, with Nkunku, with Neto, and you couldn't cook there. You couldn't cook there where you had the shackles weren't on you. Like Cole Palmer actually plays well. Cole Palmer has had 2 good seasons at Chelsea. Chelsea, you have good wing play. And you couldn't cook there, bro. You scored less goals than Martinelli. And Martinelli, we universally agree he had a bad season, that we are trying to sell him. And you couldn't outdo that. And he doesn't, the work rate that Martinelli gives you off the ball, running back and helping out Louis Kelly, you don't get that from Madueke. So on either side, going forward or defensively, you don't get that level of production. So we're actually taking a step back. It's a back pass going from Madueke to Madueke. I don't care how many times you can chop the ball back and look good on it, bro. There's no end product there. None.
I mean, we already have Reece Nelson on our goddamn books. Like, what we had to do?
Yep, we got Reece Nelson on our books. We got Fabio Vieira on our books. Sambi Lokonga on our books. Yeah, I'm sure the chat. No, I'm skipping someone. That Norwich goal against Jack, it might go down as one of the best Premier League goals of all time, bro. You'd be hard pressed to find a better team goal than that, and that was without VAR.
There's one. So that one's number 1, right? But for me, one I kind of love I love is the one where Ramsey score off of our back heel, where it started on the right
against Fulham.
I think it's against Fulham. Yeah, we were in that orange color jersey.
We had on the purple kit that one. Yeah, Sanchez. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, Rambo scored some fantastic goals for us, man. Rambo, I'll never forget Rambo scored that 2017 FA Cup winner. That's immortalized in my forehead, bro. I got kicked out of Buffalo Wild Wings, bro. I started throwing chairs and shit. You know? Rambo! It was the first thing I could reach for. It was a chair. Dude, I don't know where it landed, bro. But I was just one of because they was all Chelsea fans in there. You know, Premier League winning Chelsea, little old Arsenal. We turned up at Wembley and beat them. And that's another reason why I'm mad at Arteta, bro. That's our cup. In the final, I fancy us against anyone. No matter how dead the team is, you put us at Wembley in the FA Cup final, we're winning it.
Yeah.
You remember that 0-5 one against Man United, bro? I don't know how, bro, man, it was peppering us. but we left with the trophy. Get us there. Your job is to get us to the final and let the players do player things. You know what I mean? Even the Community Shield that we didn't deserve to play in, we beat City.
Oh,
you remember that one? We play well at Wembley, bro. You know, so get us to a final. Rob Holding coming in for Saliba in 2023 ruined the trajectory. But now that's mascara. So now we'll see if we have enough cover for Saliba there. E. Ross, as long as we get the deal done, we're all good, man. Solid fourth went in the Arbor for the fireworks. Hope your fourth was solid too. Big up to Dr. Seymour Butts, man. Appreciate you checking in, my guy. Both are English international, so we see who we get. Ah, man, bro. I think Eze would take us. Eze is a needle mover for me. You add Imon Rodrigo, you let Madueke stay at Chelsea, or you let him go to Dortmund or somewhere, and we're good, man. We don't need. And let's pause on this Chelsea rejects thing. Like, do you think if we go to Chelsea and offer him 100 million for Cole Palmer, they'll sell him to us?
probably not. No.
Exactly. And you the fact that you even thought about it that long suggests that because they value Cole Palmer, they actually value him. They didn't value Havertz. They don't value this guy. That's why they want to. You don't sell someone you value to your rivals.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You know what I mean? So the fact that they're so willing to hey, go find yourself another club, bro. There's no reason why no one is in for Rashford right now, or the Garnacho.
That is weird. No, the Rashford thing, the Garnacho thing, though. Garnacho thing goes to go.
If you're out of form on a shit contract, you're economically unattractive. You know, and I think that next year, Kai Havertz will be in that boat because he won't play as much. And those wages, unless he goes to Saudi, he's going to be another Ozil. But the thing is, I was calm with Ozil making 300 or whatever because Ozil could actually play football. Ozil was world class.
Yeah.
Like people, because Ozil ended on a sour note at Arsenal, people forget just how good he was. So with Ozil being overpaid and Aubameyang being overplayed, world class player, top class player who won us an FA Cup Golden Boot winner, I'm calm with that. But it's this guy, nah.
How did Havertz end up with the top? That doesn't make sense.
You know what? That's one of Arteta's sackable offense. Him and Edu made him the highest paid player at the club before he even kicked the ball for us. Big up to Osava Pandey, joined for the first time. Do you think Havertz and Gyokeres can play together? Havertz coming in from the left and playing as a second striker or inside forward. Now, for people who watched him in Leverkusen and how he performed at Chelsea, that's when he performs his best. Unfortunately, who would be that? I don't think Gyokeres needs a second striker. He's a pure number 9, right? He's a pure number 9 who makes runs off the shoulder, and he will occupy both center backs. It could work, and you will see this at some point this season. You will see both of them on the pitch. I think Arteta will try that. I don't think he will try that in games that we need to win. I think he will try that in games that we are winning to see how it works.
Or when we're losing and he's throwing everything on.
When we are losing, Arteta puts on defenders, bruv.
Right, Arteta, it is the transfer window. We need a striker and we need a winger. What we don't need is a defensive player. Saka's injured, okay? Say what I just said.
I signed a defensive
No! Where'd you get that?
Put on the left back, bro. We need a goal. How many times this season did you see end up at left wing? Left wing.
My God.
Right. I forgot what game it was. There was a game this year, bro. We had 4 left backs on the pitch at one time. 5 played total, but we had 4 left backs on the pitch because Skelly started. Zinchenko, I think it was the PSV at home game. Skelly started. Zinchenko started in the middle. Calafiori was on the pitch. Kivior was on the pitch. And Tierney came on that left wing. And Ethan couldn't touch pitch. Yeah, you can't be out here beefing with an 18-year-old kid, Arteta. Come on, man. If also we need English players, why not try Tariq Mitchell on a free? So I hear this, pathologist, because yeah, but the English quota in our squad is not an issue. It's not. Skelly is English. Benny Blanco, Deckers, Saka. We have it. You know what I'm saying? Reese and all these other men. It's not a thing. So if he sells Ethan, who's an English player, to bring him Madueke, side pass. You know, it's not. It's I've actually went and looked at our quarter. We've made it, so it's not.
And no more defensive players. Don't let Arteta see this message because he'll get ideas.
Yeah, big put on a defensive player, most likely a left back. Yeah, Ramsey got massive disrespect, man. Like there was a Gunner. I did a stream at Gunner Street, and he was adamant that Odegaard is better than Ramsey, and the chat ate him alive, man. The chat ate him, man, because he likes Odegaard because Odegaard looks good on the ball and he does all the pretty. But like Ramsey was the heart and soul of a Arsenal midfield. Ramsey was fearless. All those tackles that you see Odegaard pull out of, Ramsey ain't pulling out of nothing, bro. Man should have like 7, 8 kids. He don't pull out of nothing. Man, go in there 2-footed. Just bro. Ramsey is that guy. Man, I love that guy. Ramsey was wild that season. Everything he touched was goal. One of my favorite goals in matches. 2-1 win against Barca in the Champions League knockout, bro. Disrespect, man. The disrespect. And I tell you what, as soon as Ramsey became a free agent, Juventus came for him. I don't think if Odegaard becomes a free agent right now, the suitors would be lining up for him. I really don't. I think he'll get a move to like a mid-table club. Let me say, I guarantee you, will Arteta in charge, Havertz will actually play a lot. Yeah, I mean, I can't dispute this. I can't dispute this one bit because, Paddy, I'm on record as saying before we even signed Gyokeres that if Sesko was our guy at August 17th at Old Trafford, it will be Kai Havertz leading in the line because I don't think Sesko would have had enough time to do his preseason the way we were dragging our feet in the transfer window. So, but it's a little tricky now. It's a little tricky now that we have Gyokeres. Preseason has to start, and it forces Arteta to have to do some formation tweaks and some actual coaching. Martinelli was on 120K. He would have been at Bayern by now. Yeah. Another thing, we put these players. That's why we can't sell Zinchenko to AC Milan. They really want him, but they can't afford his wages. Man is on 150, bro.
He don't want to take a dip.
Well, what is he? Is he our 4th choice left back right now? 3rd or 4th at best, right? 3rd at best. It's Skelly, it's Calafiori, and then him, maybe. Right? And I've seen Arteta put Kivior over there before he called on him. So 4th. And I've seen him put Timber over there and Ben White at right back. So it could be 5th. And our 5th choice center back is on 150K. That's bad business.
Yeah. Bad business. You say this all the time, but like he just discards players. Like one season, the guy plays so much, we're doing fantastic with him in the team. And once the trust is gone, he's just out. Like
I don't like that either because what does that? That does is that devalues the player now that you can't sell them because now clubs know you're not playing them. Even Arne Slot knew he didn't want Nunes, but he still played him enough to keep his value at a certain level, even though they're not going to get 85 million for him. Yeah. He still played him. Arteta don't rate you, you don't play. You don't even make the match day squad. But yeah, man. Big up to Hendo again. In the last few matches of the season, we had more defensive players than attacking players. Liverpool away was one of them. Yeah, bro. It's just that is defending against Iranian missiles. I bet Ethan can beat Arteta's ass in a 1v1. I got my money on Ethan BX Gunner. That boy look like he's in the Rascal Alligators. That boy looks strong, man. Even a little short, stocky one. That boy is strong, man. But I want to see Ethan cook this year. Bro. I want to see Ethan get at least 889 minutes. That's less than 10 games. Nah, bro. I need Ethan to play. I need his minutes to at least double. The cup games. Start him. Don't play soccer till the 85th minute, bro. We're winning the game 3-0. You get the boy, put the boy in so he can develop and you can save soccer for the title running. Like, what are we doing?
Because when the season Foden scored like 20 at goal. This is not another season, the season before, right? So Arteta has evidence of how to use Nwaneri. Just mimic what Pep did with Foden. They play so much alike. Just do it.
Yeah. You know, I asked the Latvian Guna the other day. I said, bro, are you sure that Pep taught this man anything? Because we've never seen Pep do this. We've never seen Pep sign this many defenders. Never. We've never seen Pep stockpile defenders and play this boring football. We've seen him turn Jack Grealish into a robot and just recycle the ball. But other than that, Pep football has usually been pretty good to watch. The ball moves quickly in a Pep system. Under Arteta, it hasn't been moving quickly, and it doesn't scream of anything that Pep does. You know, so I don't know. There's if you want to copy Pep, this is what you do. You go get a top striker. Because Pep has always had stuff. He lost Aguero, he went and got the best one on the market. It was only 1 year he did that false nine thing because he was forced to do it. Because Tottenham wanted too much money for Harry Kane and City wasn't trying to do that. So they played without a striker and still won the league. Top level coaching from Pep. But other than that, I don't see him doing Pep things.
And that's why you like, I think like over last season they were like comparing him to Mourinho and stuff like that. Like he's more like Mourinho than Pep, which I don't really I don't really get, but I get what they're trying to say. But yeah, it kind of. But at the end of the day, he has to put his own stamp and do his own thing. This is his own flavor on.
Yeah,
on
man.
TV, so.
Yeah, I hear it. If Ethan news is true, you can't be 17 asking for more playing time. You played more than anyone, barring Yamal at 17, and still angry. No, so here's the thing, Pandy. With the amount of injuries that we had last year, I disagree with this statement. Because when Saka was injured, it was Wanyeri that saved his ass. You know, and Ethan is not. I don't think he's asking to start every game. He's asking to play when you're 7-1 up against PSV at home on aggregate. Give me minutes. Don't give those minutes.
And he's earned it. He's earned more. He's earned
those games. Sterling started at PSV at home and got a meaningless red card and got himself suspended for the yellow, and got himself suspended. There were plenty of games that he could. You manage minutes. That's part of your job as a manager. So I think Ethan is well within his right to ask for more minutes. I think that the articles that are being written right now, it's part of the PR when they say he's demanding. There's an undertone with the word demanding. If I ask for something,
and they don't tell you, they don't give any specifics. They don't tell you if he's asking for 1 minute more or 10,000 more. They just tell you, you know. So if
you put out a tweet in today's world and you say, "I demand that my wife make me a sandwich," or "I'm asking my wife make me a sandwich," you get two different responses. Yeah, you know them.
How dare you?
Right, you get. So the kid is asking for more minutes, but the London article and Football London and all this, he's demanding more minutes. How dare he? Right. So I don't like that he's demanding more minutes narrative. He's asking, but they're not using the word ask. They're saying he's demanding minutes, and it puts you off a little bit. If you notice carefully, he's doing everything Pep does. He initially signed defenders, move up, played slow, then a false nine, then a striker in Holland. But before Holland, there was Aguero. Top class striker, top class. So going from Aguero to Holland was like going from.
Wait. Are you saying Havertz is not world class?
That's exactly what I'm saying. In my world, Havertz has no class. Don't even put the word together. What do you think about the theory of sabotage instruction, like providing internationally obscure or disproven mentorship to keep proteges inferior and withhold the real knowledge? Damn.
What?
That is a mouthful. This man has a PhD. You know, that's why he's a doctor. Sabotage instruction. Yeah, it's a thing where, you know. You could even argue that Arteta is a damn agent meant to destroy the club from within. Some of the decisions he's making.
But why? What, Mr. Butts? Why?
No. He's saying that.
Why would you do that?
No. He's saying that Pep didn't teach Arteta everything. He's just saying, you know, you're the protege. I'm the master. I'm gonna mentor you. I'm gonna help you develop, but you're gonna have to go out on your own and develop the real knowledge that I have. Or when I retire, I'll give you the rest of it. But while you're competing against me, you know, sabotage instruction. I'm gonna give you enough to make you good, not enough to make you great. But yeah, big up to Seymour Butts every time. Mr. Bat. So on the flip side, I would ask the question: wouldn't he play more when Odegaard was stinking up the gap? Exactly. Yep, Odegaard had some bad games last season. The whole season, Saka and Odegaard were injured all those games. He's ready. Yeah, and let's not forget, Arteta was the one who put him on for a minute or two, like the season before, and everyone was saying, "Oh, it's a PR stunt." This and that. So Arteta clearly sees that the kid is talented. Clearly see that the kid is talented. So he sees it, we see it, and normally when we see something, Arteta doesn't know when he thinks he's doing something. The rest of the fan base is like, why would he do that? Cesc started at 60, 17, but Cesc is world class. Yeah, absolutely. If you're good enough, you're old enough. And the only reason why Ethan wasn't given the same freedom as MLS was to protect his cap, Pillowfoot.
Nah, the only reason.
Pillowfoot is Odegaard.
No. Keep MLS separate. MLS is really good, right? And
so is Ethan.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess it's a matter of circumstance too. Like MLS, Califari was injured, and he just proved like, yo, this spot is mine.
No, bro. I agree with
Ethan hasn't come and be like, yo, this spot is mine. No,
I agree with Seymour because I really think Arteta wanted to play Calafiori. He wanted to start Calafiori. That's why he went and signed him. But MLS was like, I'm gonna show you something. The same way Arteta tried to get rid of Saliba when he sent him on a third loan and gave his number to Ben White. But then Saliba was so good.
Oh, he's like, you can't
mention MLS was so good. And in certain games this season, Ethan was class, bro. You see that goal he scored against Man City at the Emirates when he bent it in the top corner. Odegaard doesn't do that, bro. Odegaard is a pass first. He gets more joy out of setting up his teammates. So he would get that ball and he would look for a back post run from Trossard, for Martinelli, or Havertz. He doesn't look to score. He looks to he thinks like a number 10. He's always looking for a pass. Always. And Ethan, if you're proving you can play, he has proven that he can play. He scored more goals than Odegaard. I'm gonna keep having it right now. He scored in a fraction of the minutes.
Yeah, the thing is, like, it's hard to view Ethan and Odegaard like as one and the same, because Ethan, while obviously his output was way better in terms of goals and stuff like that, I don't think Arteta trained him to be proper backup of Odegaard, because you notice anyone here does not press like Odegaard. Odegaard needs to press stuff like that. So like him being the proper protege of Odegaard in one area, it not ready yet. So maybe that's why you can take him game. You know what I mean? So, and we had Saka out. So, and that was I guess it was just a trial to see if it worked, and it worked. In some games, like he got marked out because anybody, if Saka gets marked out of games, of course, in 1 year, same thing's gonna happen to him. So he has to learn to deal with these struggles anyway.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the guy at the end of the day, the guy has earned his additional minutes. Find a way if we give him those minutes, no problem. You see me?
Yeah.
And I'd say like what I just brought up too, like have him be a proper understudy to Odegaard. If you love the way what Odegaard does, just have him be the proper understudy to freaking Odegaard.
Yeah, I hear it. And what you said there about Odegaard or Saka being marked out of a game, and that's why I think we need an Eze, because if you have Odegaard and Eze on the pitch at the same time, mark Odegaard out the game all you want to, then we have other problems for you.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
if you try to mark Eze out the game, then Odegaard will cause you problems, because one thing about Odegaard that I will give him credit for, apart from the pillow foot and refusing to shoot and try to always pass, his weight of pass is usually spot on. Whenever he rolls the ball for someone to run onto it, I remember the Champions League game against Porto when he played Trossard in for the 1-0. He has that in him. I remember when we slapped Chelsea 5-0 when that one pass that he made that took 4 Chelsea defenders down to play Havertz in. He has that in him. But he's too easily marked out of a game if there's no other creative spark in the middle. And Declan Rice is a workhorse that goes back and forth, but he doesn't have the tech.
Right.
You know what I mean? The creative tech as a, but there's BX Gunner and Pandy is hammering it out over Ethan. I'm team Ethan. I'm hoping that Ethan stays. I really think if Ethan goes, it could really, really damage and even further split the fan base, man, because everyone can see that this kid in 2 years will be a 100 million pound player. If he goes to Dortmund, he'll be a 100 million pound player in 2 years, bro. Just like Bellingham, just like Job is going to be. He is just his tech at this level. Only thing that he needs to work on is the decision making, but that comes with time. That comes with it. But his tech is there. His football IQ is there. I mean, the kid is class, man. This kid is absolute class. Absolute class. E-Ross said, no more fucking backup players. Either you start buying players that will provide competition in places. I'm sick of hearing about squad players. It's an excuse to buy trash. Yeah, absolutely. And this thing, we should go to mid-table to bottom teams and take their best players. Not go to top 4 teams and take their trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Man United can go to Wolves and take their best player. That's what we should be doing, right? Or go to Brentford and make a bid for their best player in Buemo. But people, we're gonna leave it there. I got physical therapy on the ACL here in a minute. I'm gonna send you over to Shane Gooner. I think Shane is live with DJB. Let me anything else you want to add before I get up out of here, my bro?
No, man, we're good, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man. I thought you were gonna come over here with your Arteta prop, man. You know, the chat was gonna eat you alive.
No, as I said, like, I just want to win. You know, he's brought us pretty close. Let's see what he does one last chance without all the excuses of injuries, and let's see what happens. That's my take on it.
Yeah, but maybe close is as close that he can take us.
and that's the case. That's the case. As I said, but we need to win now. And
okay, I hear it, man.
That's it.
I hear it, man. E-Ross bigging you up. See, I thought the chat was kind to you today, man, because you didn't come with your you didn't come with your top Buddha hat. Look up, Mr. Bad. I dare you get the treatment. Arteta would be disappointed. He would have thrown you into the pitch for 45 minutes. Yeah, man. He would have thrown me out with my ACL. You know, I could have a case pending or all that shit, man, would still play me. You know them ones. Big up, but I got some bars coming up in the public for policy right here, man. Big up to Dr. Seymour Butts. Big up to everyone who tuned in today. E. Ross, big up to you. Godfrey BX Gunner. Thank you, man, as always, for supporting the channel, supporting the chat. Absolute legends, people. Like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.